What's going on, guys? Ender here, and I'm here playing Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna try to keep this video as spoiler free as I possibly can, so I'm gonna try to not show anything. I'm not gonna do any story missions. I'm mainly just gonna be talking about like what I think about the game and then whatever happens. Honestly, dude, this game is so much fun. My biggest problem with when I played Breath of the Wild, usually the first couple of hours is really boring, but in this one it made it better. I don't know, maybe because the game is new and that's why it feels like it's better, but to me it felt so much more engaging. Well, I didn't want to show that, but yeah, the trees attack you in this game sometimes. This video might also be shorter than my usual videos. Dude, I'm just trying to play this game. It's so much fun. Also, I like how when you teleport, the map actually shows where you're teleporting to. That's pretty cool. I ended up playing the game early, so I made the Australian account. I think I got it around 4 o'clock my time yesterday, and I didn't stop playing until 11 p.m. the next day, and then I was like, damn bro, I actually need to go to sleep. So I was playing for quite some time. I just woke up like 10 minutes ago maybe, and it's 4 p.m. now, and I'm probably gonna be playing all day. Actually, no, I gotta go go-karting tomorrow, so I gotta go to sleep. Like, I feel like this next topic I'm about to talk about is gonna be dependent on the people. I personally prefer the new runic skills over the ones that you had in Breath of the Wild. Like, I think my favorite out of all of them in Breath of the Wild, damn dude, honestly, I didn't really like them all like that. Now, I didn't do like, I forgot what it's called, but when you use both bombs to go like flying super quickly, that stuff was cool, but and then you could upgrade it in combat to make them better. Stuff like that made like the runics so much better. But I feel like Ultra Hand, Fuse, Ascend, and Recall are just overall better base abilities than the ones in the last game. Especially Recall, dude. I fucking love Recall. Also, I'm pretty sure when I first started playing the game, I was doing the puzzles like wrong. Recall has a unique ability in the game. I'll show it right now. I noticed in some of the dungeons, if you grab an item and then lift it up in the air and just keep it there for a while, right? And then you can eventually set it back down. And then you can get on top of said item. I don't know how well it's gonna work with a fucking log, but... And then you can use Recall, and then you just... Well, I fucked up there, but you can actually just stand on top of things while it's in Recall and just have it suspended in air. So the first dungeon, like when you first fall down from the sky place and you do your first dungeon, but 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be the one next to the stables. Basically, you're supposed to do like building blocks, and I decided I just wasn't gonna do any of that, and that's when I found out about Recall's little ability that I could do that. So I basically just, instead of using Ultra Hand to like build a ladder, not really a ladder, but a bridge across, I just used Recall to keep the log in the air while I just walked across it. Now, I don't know if that was like the intent, but hey man, that's the beauty of these games. You can just do whatever the fuck you want, kind of. In most situations you can. And even there was one where you had to like drive a car up the hills, and I just put the car on top of the hill, let it roll down to me, use Recall on it, and then I just went down the hill. And I was like, wow, Recall is actually really broken for some of these puzzles. Also, I don't want to ruin it, but the shrines, in my opinion, are a lot better in this game than the first one. I got so tired of doing the same basic puzzles. Actually, I'm not going to say they were basic. These ones are more complex, just because I feel like the uses for these abilities are just so much more universal, I guess. Let's see what I get. I'm not gonna lie, the chests still kind of fucking suck. Like, they're a little bit better, but they still suck. Also, Recall is like a little bit weird. It's like when you go into the aim, most of your abilities is like locked on from the camera with Link, but Recall actually stops everything and it goes into like a free camera. Now, I understand why it does that, but when I first like did it, I was like, wow, that is really like disorienting. Oh yeah, another thing, I have not fought a single lizard enemy. I know their name, I'm not gonna try to pronounce it, because I'm gonna fuck it up, but I've not fought a single one. Not because I haven't seen them, it's just because I've been avoiding them. Also, spoilers real quick, I'm gonna guys let you know right now, just like skip ahead to like maybe like 15 seconds in the future, but I have not seen a single Lino. I think I've been playing for at least about 10 or 12 hours. I've yet to encounter a single Lino, which I really hope they gotta be in the game. There's no way they don't have them in the game. But back to what I was saying, yeah, and another thing I'm glad they did about combat was they made combat more rewarding. So like, a problem I had when I first played Breath of the Wild was after a while you kind of just are like, okay, why the fuck am I even fighting these enemies? Like, I'm gonna break my good weapons on these things, and they don't even give me anything good in return. Tears of the Kingdom kind of fixes that problem by adding every enemy now, from what I've seen, has a horn on them now. So now when you fight an enemy, they're gonna drop their horn. and you can fuse their horn with like the edge of your weapon to make the weapon stronger. So it makes the enemies worth more to fight in a way. And now I'm gonna recall that. Like early on in the game, I killed a blue bokoblin, which I'll talk about it later, and it dropped its horn, and it was like, no, it was is it a moblin? Moblin? I think it's a moblin. I'll check my inventory real quick and see. I'm pretty sure it's a moblin though. The big ones. Anyway, I killed him. His horn was like plus 13, and that was really good. So I just attached that to my basic sword, and bam, I was doing a lot of damage. Kinda early. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of damage. It would be considered a lot of damage, but there was one, I don't know if this was like a glitch or it was like designed for that, but when I first started playing the game, I ran into a lot of blue bokoblins. Like, I didn't see a single red bokoblin until like an hour or two into my gameplay on the ground. On the ground. For anyone who's played the game and is like watching this, you know that you start like a good maybe hour or two in the air, depending on how fast you move through. I was taking my time and looking at everything. That's probably why it took me so long. But when I hit the ground, my first, like, I was surprised because when I first hit the ground, the first bokoblin I saw was a blue one. And I was like, huh, that's weird. So then I avoided him because I was like, I'm not trying to waste my weapons. I saw another bokoblin, and I was like, another blue one. I was like, wow, that's weird. I haven't seen a single red one yet, but I've seen 2 blue ones already. And like, I'm pretty sure everyone's watching this video, but for anyone who doesn't know, the rankings work in this game is red is the weakest, and then it goes blue, black, and then white. And then if you're playing on master mode, which I'm pretty sure there's one here, but I haven't seen it for the option, but master mode adds a gold. So it's pretty weird to keep seeing blue bokoblins. And then I thought, oh, okay, well, maybe the game is just like master mode already, or like they just kept the tiers. So everything's going to start off at blue, and then it's gonna have gold. But I thought it would keep like the health of red. So when I attacked the bokoblin and I saw that it had a shit ton of health left, I was like, I don't think this was supposed to be like, it was supposed to be like that. What am I even running to? Oh, it's fucking purple. But yeah, then I finally did see a red bokoblin, and I was like, oh, they actually are in the game. I'm not crazy. Sorry, this video just seems like I'm rambling for like maybe like 10 minutes. I'm just basically saying my thoughts on the game. It's pretty dope though. I fuck with it heavy. They also added more stuff to do in the world, so it doesn't feel like empty. I don't know if people had a problem with the world feeling empty in the first one. I didn't really think it felt empty. Like, I don't want games to just cram a bunch of shit with every corner. I feel like that'd be annoying. Like, imagine if there's an enemy around every fucking corner. That'd be so annoying. So, I don't know. It depends on the person. I feel like this game has, like, enough to do without feeling, like, overwhelming. You know, it's just how Nintendo does things, you know? They might be a shitty company, but they make some really good ass games. Oh yeah, the first horse I got, Brody right here. I kind of got lucky with his stats. It's not the highest. One thing I did notice about this game, and it's gonna like vary on the person, I noticed this game is a lot more handholdy than Breath of the Wild. So when you first start the game, usually you have to do your 4 shrines, just like in Breath of the Wild, right? But after you do the 4 shrines and you go to pick a heart or a stamina vessel, you get to pick in Breath of the Wild, but you don't get the option to pick in this game. You're gonna start off with a heart container. Now, that's not really an issue because I feel like most people probably went heart anyway instead of stamina, but it still eliminated that like choice of being able to do things. But I thought it was pretty weird. Like, I was like, damn, I don't get a choice, I have to pick. And then when this kind of annoyed me like really bad. I don't remember what they're called in the first game, the big towers. I'm pretty sure they were just called towers, but I mean, they probably had like a actual name or some shit. I don't remember right now. But as soon as you like left the, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. The Great Plateau. As soon as you left the Great Plateau, you could instantly go to any tower and activate it. That is not the case in this game. You have to progress the story first. Just for anyone like who hasn't played the game yet and doesn't know that, you have to progress the story before going to these sky towers. Because I didn't know that. And the first sky tower most people are going to encounter is the combat one, which, again, I think you should have been able to activate it, or you should at least been able to told that you can't activate it that early. Because if you're under the impression, like I was from Breath of the Wild, that you can just kind of go on and do whatever you want, yeah, you're going to be pretty upset. But for early game, that tower's not a joke. If you know combat in Breath of the Wild, you'll be fine if you have the resources to deal with that battle. For early game, it's pretty difficult. It's a pretty difficult fight, and I used most of my resources just for me to find out that I can't even activate the tower in the first place. And I was like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Luckily, after doing that, I just ran past every enemy and just activated it, and it didn't stop me. It wasn't like you had to clear the enemies out. So I was like, okay, cool, that's good. Oh my god, fucking those enemies, dude. That's my second least favorite enemy for anyone who doesn't know. I fucking hate Wizrobes. There's only one enemy I hate more than that, and I actually forgot they were like, they're in the game, but I hadn't encountered them for a pretty long time. And I was just under the impression that they weren't in the game, and I was so happy. And then, of course, when I ran into them, there was like fucking 60 of them. I was like, dude, oh my god. Ooh, a star chunk. I think that's what it's called. A star fragment. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm just gonna mosey on out of here. Also, this doesn't really affect me. Is there a blood moon about to happen? It got really dark. Yeah, blood moons are in this game. They still kind of like... I'm not gonna say they don't really do anything. Like, they just respawn the enemies. That's not really an issue. Unless you just happen to, unfortunately, clear out a camp and then blood moon happens. Actually, would that still spawn the enemies if you're just, like, right there? I'd be annoyed as fuck if that happened to me. I feel like I'm gonna have to eliminate this Choo-Choo. They are very aggressive in this game. Oh yeah, if you guys can guess what my least favorite enemy in this game is, or in either of them, I'd be genuinely surprised if you guys know what it is. I feel like I've said it in my past videos when I was talking about Breath of the Wild, and like, I was like, I really hope that, or when I saw them, I was like, dude, I really hate these things. I don't know why they're in the game. Okay, it looks like there's gonna be a puzzle to solve here. Alright, so I basically just gotta get inside from underneath. Oh, actually, hold on. I don't know if this works, but I'm down to try it. There's a lot of falling rocks in this area. Like, a lot more than they usually are. So, maybe... Yep. But, yeah, guys, that's just how I feel about the game. It's pretty dope. I'm gonna edit this video and put it up. Sorry it's not my usual Splatoon or whatever type video, but this game is just so good to play. So, yeah, I'm gonna play more later.